Hey guys, this is JR Cook from BlizzPro.com, and I'm here today with Greg and Charlie. We just finished up day one here at BlizzCon. We got quite a bit of stuff that really came out and was revealed. Probably the biggest thing to me was, the first thing that I really want to talk about was Overwatch. We found out Overwatch is coming out for consoles, for the PS4 and Xbox One simultaneously. And we got the price points as well, $40 for the standard, $60 for the Origins edition, which comes with some of their Origin skins and things like that. And then the Collector's Edition, which comes with all of that, and then a statue as well, physical statue as well. We also got some new heroes that were revealed, Mei, which is a support, Diva, which is a tank character, and the last one, off the top of my head, I'm trying to remember now, Genji, the robot ninja looking guy who is Hanzo. So let's start it off, Greg. Overwatch, what do you think? Are you excited about it?
Yes, absolutely. I've been excited for this game since it was announced. Can't wait. The fact they announced it this spring, since it just went into the closed beta, is a little surprising to me, but super stoked for it and can't wait to get my hands on it.
Was there any of the characters revealed today that kind of you want to be able to play?
Genji, absolutely. The dude just looked amazing. I mean, he's a ninja. He's like a mech ninja or whatever, so super stoked.
Yeah, the crowd kind of, got really excited when we found out he was Hanzo's brother. Charlie, you just got to play Overwatch for the first time today. You hadn't even played it before. You weren't even sure if you were going to like it. We just got to play it about 10 minutes ago or so. What did you think?
I was really surprised how much fun it was to just pick it up and play it. Like, I do not like shooter games. I'm terrible at shooter games. When I play them, I feel like awkward and I'm dying all the time. I didn't feel that way about this game. I was able to jump right in. I was skating on walls. I was healing my team. I was throwing around sonic grenades and everything. I mean, I don't know anything about what was going on other than that I had a blast playing a support character, which is what I jumped in with heroes. So, I mean, this was just really fun, and it really got me hyped up for the game, and I can't wait to get my hands on it for real.
Yeah, so are both of you guys going to go ahead and do the pre-purchase thing? Comes with a bunch of digital stuff for the other games. Is that something you're going to be interested in doing?
Absolutely. I'm probably going to go ahead and get the Collector's Edition with the statue, even though I shouldn't. But I don't think I'm going to be able to help myself with this one.
Yeah, no choice here. I mean, Tracer's going to be given as a hero for Heroes of the Storm with the pre-purchase. I have to get it.
Speaking of Heroes of the Storm, though, we got some new information on that. We got a new play mode, Arena, which is basically all random, all middle, built into the game. And I haven't had a chance to personally play that yet, but it looks like a lot of fun. We got some new heroes as well that are WoW related, of all things. We got Greymane. We got Lunara, who is like a druid type character, and then we got Cho'Gall, who was a character that you play two people on one character. So, and we got a new battleground as well called the Tower of Doom. So Greg, I'm going to start off with you. What were your thoughts on these announcements, and what are you excited about?
The announcements were amazing. Arena blew me away. Wasn't expecting that. But Cho'Gall I was really nervous kind of when we first heard him because, of course, we've had the Lost Vikings where it's one player controlling three. Now it's two players controlling one hero. But after they went on to explain it in the process, it sounds like it's going to be amazing. And at least if you play with the right person. Otherwise, it could probably be a nightmare.
Yeah, so you're gonna obviously play over here with Charlie then.
Yeah.
And so Charlie, what was your favorite reveal with Heroes of the Storm? And first of all, I guess I'm gonna ask, what was your favorite character revealed? Why? And how excited are you for the new battleground in the new arena?
I've gotten a chance to play all three, and so far my favorite character is probably Lunara. Her ability to impact the fight is amazing, and she has a wisp, which creates a roaming, almost like a ward. And vision is so important in this game, and something that you can just float around the map and keep eyes on people coming in on your objectives. It's so good. Her range is good. She has a passive that allows her to jump around real quick. She moves faster than any hero in the game just based, although she can't mount up. It's just, she's really fun, but I don't want to take anything away from the other two heroes because I had a blast playing them. Greymane is kind of just so unique in the way that he can switch between two, but definitely Lunara. I like Lunara the most. And as far as the things go, I haven't had a chance to try Arena out, but I can tell you for sure, Towers of Doom is amazing. That is such a fun, unique map. You don't kill the core. You basically kill towers and take points and you drain down the core piece by piece through how many towers you control. So matches can take a really long time. They can be very quick. It's a very different map style to play, and I'm glad to see them do unique stuff like that. It's very cool.
Yeah, and as you found out in an interview that you did earlier with the dev team, that was based off of Arathi Basin, basically.
Yeah, originally this map had started off as Arathi Basin. There was going to be no nexuses, no towers, and you were going to walk from points to points controlling various areas. As it turned out, there was no finality to it that was a lot of fun. It just kind of ended with and the timer clicked down and this team controlled more longer, the end. So they built off that idea and came up with this Towers of Doom, and I am so happy with the end result, as I could tell they were. I mean, it's such a fun map. I think people are going to be really happy when it hits.
Yeah, so one of the other big announcements, it was Hearthstone. We found out that has a new adventure mode, and the most surprising factor is it releases next Thursday. So we get to play it in less than a week, basically. I got to play a little bit of it myself. It has some pretty cool mechanics. Discover was kind of neat. It kind of reminded me of tracking. Instead of pulling cards, though, from your deck, it gives you choices that are random depending on what it is. For example, one of the Murlocs in there, I had a Discover of one where it allowed you to choose 3 random hero powers to replace your hero power with, which I thought was pretty cool. Did you get a chance to play it yet?
No, I was at the panel for it, and the thing that stuck out to me, I don't remember her name. She's one of the characters from this new expansion, but you play her, and then you get a map for the Golden Monkey, and then you play that, and then you get the Golden Monkey, then you play that, and it did. I couldn't tell. I think my eyes were deceiving me, but it looked like it turned your entire hand into legendaries.
End deck.
End deck. That is insane, and I can't wait to do that. That's, unreal.
You got to play it for a little bit, though. So what did you think of the new adventure mode compared to the others?
Well, it's very unique, though. That's the first thing I noticed right away. I'm like, wait, what am I doing? There's no life on the other side. And then I realized I have to survive for 10 turns to get past this first adventure, and that was just so cool. It was a completely different way to play it, and I'm glad to see them do stuff like that with adventure, because while it is fun to face some formidable boss that's just very strong and you have to play around their mechanics, it's also cool that they have just this whole different thing they can do in every adventure, and that was a nice show of it. And having to run from an Indiana Jones style boulder the entire fight was interesting. So it just kept rolling to the left and running over my Murlocs. I was getting a little annoyed with it, but it was fun.
Yeah, it was definitely quite a bit of fun. As I said, the biggest thing that surprised me is the fact it's coming out next week. Yeah. The Hearthstone team does not fuck around at all with their announcements. They're like, hey, it's coming out. Here you go. StarCraft 2, that comes out next week, as we all know, but screw it. Hearthstone's coming out 2 days later. So the other big announcement wasn't really an announcement per se. We got to learn a lot more about World of Warcraft Legion, the next expansion for World of Warcraft, and some of the big news about that is it is now available for pre-purchase. It has a character boost of 100. And you also get early access to the Demon Hunter. This is something I unfortunately have not been able to play yet. You said you have been to some of the panels.
Yes, I went to the Legion panel discussion, and I also actually was just talking to a couple guys who went and played the Demon Hunter. and they said his mobility is absolutely insane. Of course, we all knew about the double jump and the dash, but apparently after you double jump, he also turns into a glide, and you can use the dash while you're gliding. They have a ton of cool announcements. It sounds like they're going to have a challenge mode that sounds very similar to Diablo Rifts. And it's a new system that they are hoping can fill the void for people who just can't afford the time to raid right now for in-game stuff. And it sounds like a good time. The only thing I'm a little disappointed with is they announced the release for it of this summer. So a little worried they might be making the same mistake that they made, with Warlords Siege of Orgrimmar or whatever into Warlords, and so a little bit of a lull, but you can tell they're putting a lot of work into it, and if they need that extra time to make sure it's amazing, then I can deal with that, especially with all the other games coming out.
Yeah, I will say though, unfortunately, we also said the same thing about Warlords, and hopefully this ends up. Hopefully they've learned at least from that. I don't know yet. It'll be hard to see. I haven't had a chance to really watch the panels. Was there anything that you got to see that you thought was really cool, other than just what you got to hear about the Demon Hunter?
Another interesting thing, so they discussed all of the new zones that we're going to be playing in, and there's not specific levels for each zone. Each zone is going to flex with whatever level you're at, so you can go wherever you want, start wherever you want, and enemies will flex to your gear score, which is really nice. I think that will help, especially at launch, just with the servers, because of course, I don't want to sit and wait around 2 hours to try and kill 10 chickens to turn in this quest because there's 1,000 people in that zone. So now I can kind of split it up, and it'll be interesting. Good change.
Do you know if they said anything about how the end game's going to play out? With Warlords, one of the biggest complaints is Farmville. You basically sat in your garrison all day long. This is kind of a big problem with the game. Was there anything that they were going to address with that, or anything that you heard of yet? Or do you think they're going to talk about that tomorrow or after BlizzCon?
I think they'll probably get more into that tomorrow, but they did announce 2 of the raids, 5 of the dungeons, and then of course they are still having garrisons. It sounds like, but there are going to be more player involved where you'll actually get quests for yourself from a garrison instead of playing Farmville. And then again, the challenge modes really do seem interesting. So
I do have one thing I will say about the summer release. I feel like every time there's a little bit of something with Warcraft going on, I get this tinge like, maybe I should turn my account back on and play it. You know what else is coming out in the summer? The movie. And I think a lot of people are going to go see that movie and then go, okay, I'm getting this expansion. It's time to play Warcraft. That movie was so cool. I have to play it. So I'm guessing that's what Blizzard's banking on a little bit, but who knows? It might work out for them.
Yeah, that Warcraft movie trailer, holy cow. That was awesome. Yeah. I mean, you thought it was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
It was amazing.
I never felt like chills, anything. Like, when it comes to, like, chills up in your spine and, like, watching something, I don't get that very often. And surrounded in a room full of Blizzard fans seeing that Warcraft trailer, it was electric. It looks so good.
I mean, seriously, did you have tears in your eyes watching that?
I had a single tear come down my face and get caught in my beard, and I left it there to savor the moment. But yeah, I saw the teaser last year, and I've just been waiting because I've tried explaining to people like you don't understand what this is going to look like. It's going to be amazing, and the fact that the way it's portraying the story and stuff, they're trying to work things out. The orcs aren't bad guys. They're just they're trying to save their race, but unfortunately, the humans, the Alliance, seem like they might be some dicks. Honestly, but super excited for it. And then also the intro trailer for Legion looked almost as good as the movie. Yeah. I mean, that was...
There was some lady that was shown on the ship. Sylvanas. Sylvanas, yeah, she might actually do something this time around, so that looked pretty amazing.
Yeah, we had Varian Wrynn and both Sylvanas. Varian Wrynn had some very emotional moments in that intro. It looked like he was probably going to die, in fact, which it was a pretty strong moment there. And it was pretty awesome cinematic, which Blizzard is obviously known for. The other things that we kind of learned today was StarCraft 2. We got the covert ops missions, so we got to learn a little bit more about what they're going to develop past Legacy of the Void. We'll probably talk more about that tomorrow. I just finished an interview with that team not too long ago, so we got a lot of information about that. Diablo 3 didn't really have anything in the opening ceremony. However, they did have a lot of information to patch 2.4. Unfortunately, I didn't get a lot of that information yet, so hopefully tomorrow we can get Nine Ball and Leviathan from West March Workshop to come in and talk about that. Either way, on a scale of 1 to 10, how good was day one at BlizzCon, with 10 being all you can dream, 1 being meh, basically what I expected?
I am going to give it an 8. Because obviously we knew coming into this they most likely weren't going to drop a new IP on us like they did last year. But the amount of stuff that they did give us blew me away, and I'm looking forward to all of it. So,
what do you think, Charlie? Scale 1 to 10.
I gotta go 9.5 out of 10. I mean, this might be my first BlizzCon talking, but guys, I got so much Heroes news. My appetite is completely just filled up. I mean, just 4 heroes if you count Tracer. I got a new mode I didn't even expect. A map that looks amazing and different. And I mean, everything else was just like extra for me, and it was amazing. So, 9.5 out of 10.
Speaking as someone who has been to BlizzCon for many, many years now, I'm going to give it a little bit of a lower score. I'm sorry, probably around a 6, just because it just didn't feel like there was as much as previous BlizzCons. Granted, it has still been a really fun experience, and I'm glad that you guys got to be here, and I'm glad that you came on to talk about your experience.
Absolutely.
And we'll see you guys tomorrow for day 2.